Hi! So, we're going to be going through my trash. We're going to be going through my empties, and I'm going to talk about what stuff I liked, what stuff I didn't like. I've got a tiny smidge of makeup. I've got a fair little amount of skincare, a little hair care, some body care. So, let's get into it. What can we start with that's at least a little interesting? Let's start off with a couple pieces of makeup that I have. I have 2 mascaras and a foundation. Now this foundation is obviously only a sample, but I still figured I'd talk about it. This was a sample of MISSHA's Tension Pact, which I really hated, frankly. It made a mess, which I can handle it. And it wouldn't make a mess in the actual product, just the sample made a mess. But it just was so like thick. I really didn't like how thick it was. I did not think that it blended well. Even when I look at like their promo pictures on this, I'm like, that doesn't look good. Now, to be fair to MISSHA, they make a BB cream, just their normal BB cream. I'm sure they have others because they have a lot of products and they have multiple BB creams, but this is their Perfect Cover BB cream and it's awesome. It's awesome. I love it. So stick with this. Don't try that new Tension Pact. The other 2 things I have are a couple of mascaras. Now, to be frank, I am a mascara hoarder forever. I tend to like mascaras as they get dried out. I tend to hold them on for too long, and this one you can tell has been held on for way too long. It was getting like, it's so hard to open. You know, they get hard to open at the end. I held on to this forever. It's obviously a classic, the Maybelline Great Lash, and I think, yeah, it's in very black, and this is the waterproof. And the reason it's a waterproof and I like it is I would use it a lot for my lower lash line. I just thought it did a fine job, especially, you know, it's just, see, like, I look at this and I'm like, I could totally keep using this, but it's had its day, you know, I gotta let it live on. It's really old, it's just time, but it's still kicking. I think it's still kicking. So yeah, I liked it. It was like a basic kind of everyday choice, particularly for the lash line to me. This other one, this is L'Oreal. It is the Voluminous Miss Manga. This is also waterproof. I like my waterproof mascaras. And this is also in Blackest Black. Now, I know this one, I think this one's a little controversial. Some people really love it. I really loved it. A lot of people really hate it. And I can get why. It's got a clumpiness to it. I wanted to wear it. I liked wearing it. It was like, I want to feel cool mascara. It was just kind of rocker and messy and clumpy. And I definitely liked it. And I look at it and I'm like, I could keep using you. But I shouldn't. I know that it's really old. It's almost a year old now. And so it's time for it to move on. I've got other mascaras in my life. But, you know, if you want that kind of like rock, cool, clumpy, messy look, I liked it for that. Neither of these ran on me either. You know, I use waterproof because I get wet eyes. And I don't like it when my mascara runs, and these didn't run on me, and I liked them. All right, let's go now into a couple face products. Here's what I have, and this has to be a sample size, although it's an eye cream, so sometimes it's not always clear. This is by ALGENIST. It is the Ultimate Anti-Aging Eye Cream. It was really thick, so the way that I was using it is so empty. Was as my nighttime night cream for the eyes, and I liked it, but not enough that I would like go buy the full size and go buy a big one. If you were intrigued by it, if you have some other reason to want it, I definitely liked it. It was nice and thick. I don't think it was so thick that you just couldn't get away with using it in the day, especially if you're dry. But for me, I most liked, you know, putting it on at night, and did a nice job. This is the Dragon's Blood Hyaluronic Tonic by RODIAL. It's a rehydrating and soothing toner. It just said to be used anytime skin needs a hydrating boost, you just mist it on. It's just like any kind of mist. I get a little confused because there's a number of these that say they're toners, but then they're like mist to use whenever, which throws me. I think I just have to accept that it's the same as any other kind of like facial mist, but it doesn't feel like it should be. So this one was good. I mean, it wasn't good enough that I decided to go out and get it. I have plenty of mist. It had even in this tiny little spray, it had a nice little sprayer, so I know that I refilled it with something else and used it until the sprayer was not as nice anymore. Yeah, wish I had something better to say, but it was nice. It was nice, but didn't wow me. Okay, so this is just a sample, but I'm talking about it because I did not like it. This is L'Oreal REVITALIFT Bright Reveal Brightening Moisturizer Sunscreen. Brightening, anti-wrinkle. I didn't even squeeze everything I could out of the sample because I was like, it just went on weird, frankly. It just, you know, there's so many good sunscreen options out there instead that'll go on nicely and smooth and underneath the makeup. I think I even tried mixing this with foundation, mixing this with Cover FX drops, and it just wasn't good. I think I had at least one other sample of this even, and I was just like, nope, no good. Sorry. There is, all right, in order to be nice, what I do like that's kind of a similar type product quite a bit by L'Oreal is this L'Oreal Age Perfect Hydra-Nutrition facial oil that has an SPF of 30. And that's what I thought was so cool about it, is I've never seen a face oil with SPF in it when I really know that I'm going to be out in the sun a lot and I want to use an oil, say I want to add it to my foundation or just apply it directly. I do, and then I get a little more SPF, and I like that a lot, and this goes on nicely. And if you're looking at L'Oreal's sunscreen, I would definitely recommend this one and not this one. This one, not this one. So this was a sample of privai, Privai, Aqua Gel Mask. And I liked it quite a bit. I used it as a nighttime mask. It didn't have a super strong fragrance. It really left my skin looking nice. I haven't repurchased it or haven't purchased the big one. It's a bit on the expensive side. And I have others. But it's definitely something I would consider purchasing because I did like it quite a bit. It really left my skin, you know, in the morning, it just looked really nice and moisturized and soft and smooth. So I'd recommend that one. Another nighttime mask that I used up is this Peter Thomas Roth Cucumber Gel Mask. And you can see I even cut into this thing. Now, honestly, I don't think I liked it as much as that implies. And it's an expensive brand. So I almost certainly would not actually purchase this. But since I had it, I think I really cut into it because it was one of those types of bottles where you felt like a lot of the product was not able to be gotten to unless you cut into it. So since I had it, I was going to use it. It was nice. I felt like I tended to use it when my skin felt irritated and I just wanted to be calmed down. But it, you know, for the price of what something like this is, there's other products. I'd use other products. There are other Peter Thomas Roth products that I do think are worth that price tag. That's just not really one of them. Let's stick with the skincare and let's go to the masks. This is what I'm going to have a ton of. I'm a sheet mask addict. I love my sheet masks. I also have a lot of little eye masks here. Let's start with the eyes. This is by DEWYTREE. It is their Prime Gold Snail Eye Patch. This is not the first one I have gone through of this, so I do like them a fair amount. I haven't repurchased it, but if I came across it at a good price, I probably would. There's a lot of eye patches that'll come in here. If you open it up, you've got a cover for it, and they come with a spatula, and it's filled in here. I don't remember exactly how many, and it doesn't say. Maybe I can look it up. But you get a lot. And so I like putting these on in the morning. I'll put these on under sheet masks. You'll see I have some other similar type products. So that's really why I haven't repurchased it, is there's other ones that I have. I've got quite a few eye patches right now. I'll use up different ones. My under eyes need help. They need help. I think they need more help than this is going to give me. We're working on it. The first time I got this, though, I hadn't really used a lot of under eye patches. Or I'd used some, but they were the kind that were really expensive, so you didn't feel like you could use them on a daily basis. But this is priced where you can absolutely use it on a daily basis. DEWYTREE is a Korean brand. So you're not going to probably, I don't think you find it anywhere like in stores, but it shouldn't be that hard to find online or something. There's also other eye patches. They come in similar containers. They'll also be that snail gold. I mean, if you start to look, there's a lot of options, and I've used other ones, and honestly, they've all been kind of the same-ish to me. There hasn't been one that really stood out. Here are some eye patches. These were Ginkgo from the brand Pure Derm. This is a really inexpensive brand. You can find it at Forever 21. Sometimes you'll find it at other stores. You can also just find it directly online. These would be like white patches you can put under. Again, they're inexpensive, so if you want to use them on a daily basis, they're good. Yeah, I mean, otherwise it didn't, like, especially stand out to me. It's not like it's my favorite ones, but they're good. They're such an inexpensive price that I would definitely buy them again. These are Enlite, the Superface, check your bags at the door, hydrating and depuffing eye pads. Inside the box, you'll see these packets like this, and the eye patches are in there. I think there's 4 pouches. So there's 4 pairs, 4 uses in each box, which puts this at being pretty gosh darn overpriced. I don't remember exactly what you'll pay for this, but I think it's somewhere, it's in the teens. If you look around, I'll end up getting these CVS. This is a line sold at CVS right now, and I think because it's new, they're constantly putting on a really deep sale. And so if you can get these at a good sale, I do like them quite a bit. They're quite depuffing, they're hydrating, and it's nice, but it's kind of pricey at its base price. Another expensive one. I know I did not purchase this myself. This came in I think this came with some kind of kit that I purchased. So it's the Peter Thomas Roth 24 karat gold pure luxury lift and firm Hydra gel eye patches. Now there's a difference. Some of the ones that I've talked about, I think all of the ones that the first ones that I said, the DEWYTREE, those are a kind of gel, but they're not the same as these Hydra gel. Then the other ones are kind of a white cotton. And now this one is the true Hydra gel, and these do have a really nice quality to them. If you've never used a Hydra gel under eye or total eye mask, I'd give it a try. It kind of melts into your skin. I mean, it doesn't really. It's not like it goes away. But the patch definitely like kind of shrivels up and shrinks and melts away, and it does leave your skin really nice. Now, this is way too expensive. There's no way I would just buy another one. But if another one stumbled its way towards me, I'd be very happy to use it. This, however, is another hydrogel eye patch that is much more affordable. It is by Cell Derma, which is a Korean brand. It's just their Cell Derma Perfection 100 Hydrogel Eye Mask. The hydrogel are nice. So if you come across these, if you see them online or if you see them in some kind of a store and you're interested, I would try this out. It's a cheaper version of the other one. The Mountain of Sheet Masks. I'll try not to take too long on each of them. This is NOTS Special Collagen Real Skin Mask. I like this one a lot. I have another one. I'm excited to use it. It really left my skin looking lovely. It's got a great smell to it. It's really milky. It's really wet. I liked it a lot. If you see this one, I'd recommend it. And it was an inexpensive one too. This is one, I actually got 2 of these here. I loved this one. If I haven't already, I'm ordering more for sure. I think, in fact, these are by MISSHA. It's the Coffee Milk Sheet Mask. It smelled amazing. It smelled like a beautiful chocolate dessert. It felt great. It's got, a milky, creamy texture, really wet, really awesome. I have some other of their milk pack masks that I've got to try out. So the coffee's the only one I tried. I have good feelings that they're all going to be that good. MISSHA just started their sheet mask store, and they were running a sale, so I picked up these and a number of them on that sale. I would definitely pick these up again. MISSHA tends to run relatively frequent regular sales. I think right now they're running a free shipping, and so maybe I'll order a couple of more of these. Definitely loved. Great price. Love these. This is one I have quite a few of. Mimi Box was pushing this brand a lot. It's Bon Vivant. This is their collagen and olive mask. I used one of these today. Not even this one because I have quite a few. And it's a lovely mask. It's got a nice milky wetness to it. These are very wet masks. They smell nice. They make your skin look great. And they're extremely inexpensive and they're a great price. All of the Bon Vivant little masks that look like this, I've tried a number of them. None of them would I complain about. They're great. I like them. Recommend. Now this is one that unfortunately I didn't like as much. This is also by Bon Vivant. Strangely enough, this is one of their more expensive ones. This is the Illuminator Age Cover Mask Pack. I believe that it came in 2 pieces, kind of more like a hydrogel. The reason I didn't like it is because it left a definite film on my skin. I tend to use sheet masks in the morning a lot. This was when I used in the morning, and then it really messed with my makeup application because there was a film on my skin. I have some more of these. I'll definitely use them, but they'll be something that I use at night. So given that, they're not garbage. If they come across, obviously I'm going to use them, but I'm not going to go out of my way to purchase these again because I have lots that I like that don't leave a strange film, and it didn't otherwise just blow me away to make it worth having to deal with that film. I think there's different types too. Of course, they tore off what type this is. I think this was diamond maybe. It was kind of unclear what the difference was between them anyway. A lot of times with sheet masks, when they're Korean, it can be hard to tell exactly what it's going for. And this is the Cooling Cucumber Nastur 15 Minutes Mask Pack. I like this one. It was inexpensive. It's basic. Cucumber ones can be really nice for cooling and soothing the skin. My skin gets red, so if I wake up red, I'll tend to put on one like this or an aloe, and this is one that was easy and I liked it. On that same kick, this is one. I have 2 of them here because I like them more. These are the Shara. These are aloe. I've gotten them extremely inexpensive, and they are so wet, and they're really lovely on the skin, and they feel great. Yeah, love them. Definitely recommend these. One more like that. This is the BioRepublic Cucumber Breeze Soothing Fiber Mask. I think this one, if I recall, was a little more expensive, which probably doesn't justify it. It was nice, but it was like, it's your normal, typical sheet mask. So this is the Bon Vivant Botanical Mask Pack in sodium, hyaluronate, and lotus. So this is like your hyaluronic acid, which my skin loves, dry skin loves. It really helps. And I like this one. I've got a number of them. They're inexpensive. They're great little sheet masks. Definitely recommend them. What else we got here? Saving the best, most exciting for last. Don't get too excited. This is the Deep Seawater Real Essence Sheet Mask. Just your normal sheet mask, inexpensive sheet mask. Recommend it. Hydrating. Oh, I've got one more type by the Bon Vivant. This is the Hydro Nude Gel. Now this one is your hydrogel instead of your typical sheet mask, which is always fun, very moisturizing. This was the moisturizing one. I think if I remember, I didn't fully remove it because a lot of times, it's the hydrogel. It really is just like a thin gel. And so it'll be like, it'll have paper around it or like a mesh or a netting or something around it so that you can manipulate the sheet mask and put it on your face, and then you want to take that part off. And I think I didn't even get that part off. I mean, it was still fine, but it would have been more comfortable sitting with it if I had. Like, I thought it was there and I couldn't get it off and I wasn't sure. And then it was, and I just sat with it. But anyway, I enjoyed this. We have the Power Ringer Mask Pack, Milky Pig Lab. This was a nourishing one. This was lovely. Good, inexpensive sheet mask. Enjoyed this. I'm pretty sure it came from Mimi Box. And the fun one I saved was this Gudetama mask. And it was just, I thought it was a normal mask, but I got a surprise when it was actually a Gudetama mask. So, not that I'm saying it was like the best sheet mask I ever used, but that was a fun little surprise. And it was fun to sit there in a mask being a lazy little Gudetama. So the last thing along with sheet masks to talk about is this bad boy. Now this comes from Daiso, and this one is empty. What it is basically dry sheet masks. So there's no essence on them. You're gonna put the essence on. So this comes with a little cover, and what are there, 10 in there? Yeah, there's 10. So there'd be 10 little pucks of sheet mask here. You put it up here in the tray, and then you put in the serum, whatever you're gonna put, and then that little puck grows and it becomes a wet sheet mask. Now what I end up liking to use them for are so many of those sheet masks, after you use the mask, you still have all this essence and serum in the pouch, and you can just go ahead and put that straight on and pat that into your face. But for me, there's often so much that my skin is saturated at that point, and I can't get any more, and it's not doing any more of a benefit. And if I do it in the morning, I really need to move on with my life, put on some makeup, do other stuff. So I can't just sit there forever patting in serum. So I'll tend to hoard them, and when I've had enough build up, I'll make myself a little sheet mask of the leftover essence. And it's nice. These, if you're not familiar with Daiso, it's like a Japanese dollar store. So this whole thing is only $1.50. I already have like replacement and backups for them because Daiso's not consistent. Sometimes you won't find the thing you want. So if there's something you're in love with, you should get backups. And I would definitely recommend it. I like the idea. Those sheet masks are nice. They're not going to be as wet, and they don't last as long as a real sheet mask out of the pack. But that can be nice, especially for me if I just want something fast, like in the morning. It's nice. The very first one, some serums take longer to absorb than others. And by chance, the very first time I ever did one, it happened to be a serum that just took a really long time to absorb. So I was kind of sitting there with it like, do you work? I thought you were simple. How do you work? So you might, if it's one of those, you have to just kind of let it sit. It will eventually absorb into that little sheet mask puck and work out. Most of them absorb a lot faster, and you're not going to have to sit there and wait very long. Oh, also, with a lot of those eye patches that I went over, I'll tend to put on eye patches and then a sheet mask. That's for me. My under eyes are a real problem area as far as I see them, and I like to keep them hydrated. And sometimes it depends on the sheet mask. If it's a really hydrating sheet mask or like a collagen sheet mask, then cool. But if maybe it's something that I think is maybe a little intense for the under eye area, I also feel like it can have the effect of protecting your under eye area from that sheet mask. So that's a thing I like to do. I think we have one more face little skincare item. This is by Kiehl's. It's their Powerful Strength Line Reducing Concentrate. Now, at first when I got this, I was really hooked. I liked it a lot. This lasted forever for me, by the way, but I didn't put it everywhere. I just put it on where I felt like I had lines. And then by the end of it, I'd kind of found other products that did a pretty similar job, and they're less expensive. So I haven't run out and bought the full size, but it's still a good product. And if you're interested in it, I'd recommend trying it. Let's go to body. This one's pretty boring. Body wash. This is the Nivea Creme Sensitive Body Wash. This lasted for fricking ever. Frankly, I got tired of it. I got it when my skin, I have a lot of allergy issues, and so my skin was really irritated and allergies. I'm allergic to a lot of the fragrance and don't use fabric softener or anything like this. So this was one I got where it doesn't have any fragrance in it, and it's good for when my skin can't handle it. Otherwise, I like to have some fragrance and for it to smell pretty and nice. So when my skin's not, I'll go for something else. This is the Whisk Sugar Scrub. Now, this did not last me nearly as long as I would like, but my next one's going to last longer because I figured stuff out. This is a really interesting scrub. I've already got its replacement here. It's a different fragrance. This one's lavender, whereas the one I emptied was blue agave. I didn't really like this fragrance, but it wasn't strong enough to deter me from finishing it off. This one I love. It's kind of lavendery and also just kind of sweet. It's nice. And so it's got a very interesting texture to it, where instead of being a really scrubby scrub, it's very moisturizing. You can see it looks like it's kind of like a butter with some scrub in it. The reason that really appeals to me is I get the bumpy skin, especially on the backs of my arms. This is really nice for that. What's that called? Let me look it up, the name of that. Keratosis pilaris. Now, I'm no doctor, I'm no dermatologist, I'm nothing like that. But from what I understand, it's, keratin is the substance that makes up your hairs, makes up your nails. And so it's that hair follicle producing that little bump of keratin. And it just happens. There's really no good solution to it. I know lots of us suffer from it. I definitely suffer from it. And this has been great. I've been happier than I've ever been with the way that the skin texture on my arm is. This is a part of it. I'm also going to go to another product that's the other half of it. But what you want to do, or at least what works well for me, what I've been told you want to do, is you want to gently exfoliate and you want to regularly put lotion on it to keep that skin from being irritated. Rougher scrubs will just irritate it further. So this one is so gentle and so moisturizing that I love it for that area. And now I only use it there. I don't use it all over my body. And that's how this one went by so freaking fast, because I used it on my legs and everything. Now this is just exclusively for where I need that gentle moisturizer. So the other product that I said that's been contributing to helping with those arm bumps, this is very unglamorous and it is very unsexy and it is very good. This is by Gold Bond. It is their rough and bumpy skin. I don't even remember how I came across this in the first place. I think just out of desperation and willingness to try what didn't seem like it was up my alley at all, because I'm a fancy lady and this is not a fancy lady product. But it is amazing for those bumps. Even immediately upon using it, you're going to notice a difference in the texture, or at least I did. And then I noticed that I use this every evening on the back of my arms, and it makes a huge difference. You'll notice it. I notice a difference within a couple days, even just right away. And then long term, really sticking with it, I notice a big difference, and it keeps the texture like so much nicer. Really gets rid of those bumps. I think this isn't even the first one I did. I have backups. I have replacements. I know that there's other types. Like CVS even has their own brand version of this. So this was such a must-have, is such a must-have for me. Strongly recommend it. It's a little more expensive than you might expect it to be, given that it's Gold Bond and it's at CVS. That line surprises me, that where the price is at. But if you get you wait, you get a good deal, use your coupons, and this is the way to go. Let's do the tanner products that I have. This is the Jergens Instant Sun Self Tanner. It comes out like a mousse. Like you spray it out and it kind of looks like gross tan spit, and then you spread it all over, and it's got a bit of a guide color, and then eventually you develop more of a color. This is in the deep bronze. I am really pretty new to the self tanner game. I haven't used a lot, so I don't have a lot to compare this to, and I picked this out because it seems like a real basic, good starting place. I thought it was a good starting place. I didn't really struggle with it looking really weird on me. Everyone seems to go for the deep color, so that's what I did. Although more recently, I find that I like the fair colors on me better. This just looks a little orange. But yeah, I'd recommend it for anyone else that is a newbie to that world. It was fine. It was good. It did the job. I really only used it for like when I was going to the beach, on vacation, for times where I just wanted to feel like I had a little color just covering me up, making me feel a little less exposed to the world. That's what I used. This baby's been cut up. I definitely cut up into a product that I use. And this is also Jergens. It's just their natural glow, the lotion that you use on the daily basis to keep up that kind of like fake self-tan. This didn't last me long. This was the 4-ounce bottle, and if you get it, it's not going to last you very long. But if you look around, you can get it at a good price. I think the ones I've been getting are larger sizes in this, and they're like $12, but if I really work my coupons, I can get it for more like $3. I like it a lot. I do use the lighter color. This is the fair to medium. It makes me happier. I know lots of people just like the deeper one, and you gotta do what you gotta do. This one works for me. I already have multiple replacements. I've been using it. As we're going into summer, it's not that I really want to look super tanned, and I don't. No part of me ever looks very tanned. But it just makes me feel a little more, I don't know, it's just a little different. It's subtle. Here's another Gold Bond product. This is the Dark Spot Minimizing Body Cream. It was nice, but it's really not something that I've repurchased. If I was coming across it on a really good sale, I'd probably purchase it again. I used it just on the body. It's pretty small, though, for a body cream, obviously. So I think that's probably why I didn't get as much of an effect from it, because you don't want to use it. It should be something that's in a big tube. Would be really great. But yeah, that's that. So it's hair care time. Start with the basic and boring one. This is by Soapbox. It is a shampoo and conditioner trial in bamboo. This was perfectly fine. This was much better than I thought it was going to be. Honestly, when I was first using it, I was thinking, what the heck am I doing? Why didn't I just send this on its way? But it was good. So I would think, you know, maybe if you've got a family, if you're going on vacation, if you're just like, hey, is this going to be horrible? It's not horrible. You can use it. Your hair's going to be fine. It's not going to be like the worst thing ever. This bamboo fragrance, I actually did not end up liking. So I'd maybe try a different fragrance. But it's not like it was that strong, but it was a little weirdish smelling to me. This is the Strengthen and Fortify. On the same line of things I didn't really care for the smell of, this is the Marc Anthony Deep Repair Aloe Vera Jasmine Deep Repair and Conditioning Treatment. I similarly did not much care for the fragrance of this. That would probably be enough to convince me not. I just don't like it. It's kind of weird. It would be enough to convince me not to buy it again, not to get like a big full size. I think this came from in some kind of kit that I purchased or something. It was nice on the hair, but didn't stand out to me as being like super awesome, so I wouldn't probably get it again. But if it intrigues you, there's nothing wrong with it specifically. Okay, this is pretty basic. This is Keratin Protein Smoothing Deep Conditioner. You'll see that you can find these little packets at lots of inexpensive places, and they're not very expensive, but they're pretty nice conditioners for your hair, and they'll do quite a bit. This is by, I think it's Husk. Isn't the brand Husk? Hask. Yask. Yeah, I'd recommend it for a cheap little treatment. It's nice. I've had a number of them. They're nice. This is the L'Oreal Advanced Hair Care Total Repair 5 Restoring Shampoo with Ceramide. And similarly, it was nice. If you've been in the world of salon hair care like I had been, and you haven't tried the less expensive stuff in quite a while, I think you'd probably be surprised. I was surprised that I liked the stuff. What I honestly like is I like switching up my hair care quite a bit. I feel like my hair does better. You know, some people say that it's a myth that your hair gets used to your shampoo, but for me, I feel like it's not. I feel like I develop a buildup when I use the same shampoo over and over again. So I like having something, even these inexpensive ones, just to throw it in there to switch things up, just to use something different, and it was nice. Speaking of that world of the salon hair care, though, a brand I really love is the R & Co. This is just a little sample of their Oblivion Clarifying Shampoo. I loved this. I would totally get this again. Well, I mean, get the real size of this. It left my hair nice and squeaky clean, but not too clean. It really left my scalp feeling clean. It was great. I would totally recommend this. I don't think they have a product that I wouldn't strongly recommend. This is the Evo Fabuloso Platinum Blonde Color Intensifying Conditioner. So when I highlight my hair like this, now my hair is a little overtoned right now. That just kind of happened. But I have to use the purple shampoos and stuff to keep it from looking too brassy, because mine will get brassy very fast. Now this one is a conditioner. So what I tend to do is I will shampoo my hair, I'll put in my conditioner, and I will put it up in a cap, and I will let it sit there for a long time. I'll finish my bath, I'll put on a face mask, and then I'll go back and rinse it later, because my hair gets very dry. So it was nice to be able to put a little bit of this or some of this in with my conditioner. This isn't something I think would really cut it for me like right now when I've like just freshly had my hair highlighted. But when it's later on, it's kind of grown out and you don't have too many highlights, I think this is really a nice product and I would definitely consider getting it. This is my favorite dry shampoo, the Dove. I know that's basic. It's basic. It's very basic. But it's my favorite. I have a lot of them. This is the Volume Dry Shampoo Refresh and Care. Honestly, the different ones they have, I don't notice a difference between the different kinds. I like it. It's not the most intense dry shampoo, and I think that's why it's got a strong place for me, because I can use it even the same day I wash my hair. I'll put some of this in at night or before I work out or whatever, just to absorb some of that oil as it comes, but it's not so heavy that it really affects or weighs down my hair or feels like I have a lot of dry shampoo. Instead, when it's been days and my hair's greasy and really needs some help, I'll use a different dry shampoo. This isn't for that day. But this is a good daily, not going to build up on your hair, not going to make a mess out of your hair, good dry shampoo. I like it a lot. And inexpensive, obviously. Now on the other side of the expensive is Living Proof Perfect Hair Day. And yes, I have used that dry shampoo, and yes, it's good, but I don't purchase it because I like the Dove one, and it's obviously a lot less expensive. This was their nightcap overnight perfector. Now, I am in love with Living Proof. They haven't had a product that I don't like. I think their products are great. This was great. It's like a conditioner that I would put on at night, and in the morning, my hair it kept it from feeling as dry and frizzy, for sure. Now, since this is a more expensive product, I've been trying to try other things, even just using a more basic leave-in conditioner at night and being kind of heavy with it. That suits my hair very well. But what I've also been trying is the Heyo Zayo Tony Moly Hair Sleeping Pack, which smells horrible and can make my eyes water, but does leave my hair feeling nice in the morning. So I don't know what I think about that one, but that's been its replacement. I'll put in enough of that or enough of some kind of a leave-in conditioner where my hair is weighed down and not where I would want it at that point. Like it's too much, but then by morning it's nice. So that's where I like using it. That's how I like using those products. And if I'm using something less expensive, I'm more willing to saturate the hair to that point. With that Living Proof one, I don't think I put on as much each night. So that's my beauty trash. I hope some of that was helpful. I hope there were some good recommendations. And yeah, bye.